Hey everybody, it's Cory from the Chamber. I'm checking in with you from my home office here in Durham, Maine. I hope everyone's being safe wherever you are. Fair note, you might hear dogs barking, you may see cats. That's how it is when you work from home. I want to give you 3 business updates for all of my chamber members here in Maine. But this is really good information for businesses everywhere. So feel free to take a look, feel free to share this. Tip number 1. The Paycheck Protection Program. You're going to be hearing a lot about this in the coming days, and you need to be prepared. This is the $350 billion in stimulus money. It's going to cover, I think, probably 98% or so of businesses in Maine. I think it's going to cover 90% of businesses nationwide. So what is it? It is 8 weeks of payroll protection for employers. This begins as a loan. I mean, these are loans, and this is a huge but. These loans are 100% forgivable for payroll expenses. Some people in the media have referred to them as grants. You might have initially heard of this as a grant. They're not grants. These are loans, and I hope this clears it up. These are loans, but again, they're 100% of the payroll expenses are forgivable, which is why some people are saying they're acting like grants, but it is a loan. So what's covered? Who's covered in this is small businesses as designated by the SBA, which means under 500 people. Self-employed people are covered in this. Gig economy workers like Uber drivers are covered in this. 501c3 nonprofit organizations and 501c19, which are military nonprofit organizations, are covered in this. So what are the loans? The loans are up to 250% of the employer's payroll for 8 weeks. Now, your payroll expenses, your rent, your mortgage, your interest on mortgage, but not your mortgage itself. So interest on mortgage and utility costs are 100% forgiven. Meaning, if you only take out the loan for those expenses, then it is 100% forgivable loan after 8 weeks. If you do end up taking that other 150 above the 100% of your payroll expenses or whatever, and use that for other things that are not forgivable, the remaining money does need to get paid back. But according to an email I got this morning from the SBA, all loans under this program will have the following identical features: an interest rate of 0.5%, maturity of 2 years, first payment is deferred for 6 months, there's a 100% guarantee by the SBA. By the way, SBA is Small Business Association, if I didn't say that. There's no collateral, no personal guarantees, and no borrower or lender fees payable to the SBA. For more information on this, the SBA website, www.sba.gov, that's a .gov, or on our Chamber's Community Resource page. Number 2, SBA lenders don't have the guidelines quite yet, so please be patient. So how these loans work is that your lenders are the ones where the loans originate from your SBA certified lenders. But the U.S. Treasury hasn't gotten all the guidelines and the structure in place for the SBA yet. So once the SBA gets the structure and guidelines in place for how to process the loans according to what the U.S. Treasury needs, then they need to inform the lenders of what process they'll need to be using. So the estimate is it could take anywhere from 24 to 48 hours to get that done. It really depends on how quickly the SBA is moving, but they're working on it. The SBA, the United States Treasury, has ensured that it's going to be a very quick process because they know that days matter in this crisis. I've seen the 2-page draft of the application. I can assure you it is pretty simple. But please, 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 please be patient with your lenders. This is a brand new program. They're trying to disseminate this new program in a short period of time. Plus, most of these lenders have people that are working remotely. So when you add that up, you're trying to institute a brand new, never before seen product and educating their staff, some who are working remotely, on a brand new process that they'll be filling out and making for these loans. So it's a brand new process. They're trying to educate people that are working remotely. It's a lot for your lenders to take on, but they're busting their tails for you because they know their urgency matters. So for my chamber lenders, I think I emailed all of you, but if I didn't, or if you didn't receive my email, please notify, the email says, please notify the chamber when you're ready to accept the SBA Paycheck Protection applications for processing, and we will let our member businesses know. Meaning, you might not be ready till Friday, you might not be ready till Monday, depending on when these guidelines come out, but whenever you're ready to start accepting these at your institution, let me know, email is executive-director@midcoastmaine.com, and I will blast it out to as many people in the world as I can. The last thing is number 3. Our community resource page is midcoastmaine.com/COVID-19. This is our community resource page for our region. That includes the Brunswick Downtown Association's business update page, Main Street Bath's business update page, but most importantly, it includes information on other loans from the Small Business Administration and from the Finance Authority of Maine. We also have unemployment insurance information from the Maine Department of Labor, and finally, we have information sheets on the Payroll Protection Program that we talked about earlier, including a frequently asked question sheet and a calculation sheet for you to figure out what is forgivable and what is not. So that's midcoastmaine.com, COVID-19. That's Chunk, everybody. That's our cat Chunk. If you need to get to our resource page from our homepage, which is just midcoastmaine.com, there's a little button in the upper left-hand side that says COVID-19. Just click on that. Thank you guys so much. Stay safe. I hope to talk again soon. #AloneTogether. Thanks.